What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Welcome back to Marrying Millions, Season 3, Episode 5. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. So, Destiny and Rodney, or Desiree, I said Destiny, Lord. Desiree and Rodney. Listen, y'all playing so many games. Let me shut up. Let me stop. So, she's meeting with her friend to tell her friend about the whole prenup and how that whole situation went down and how upset she is and she's so hurt and how could Rodney do this and whatever, right? So later on in the episode, Rodney invites her to come over so that they can, work things out and talk about it because, he is like, she wouldn't take my phone call. She finally answered the phone, so I invited her to come over and have dinner. So just the two of us so we could talk. So she gets there, and of course, she's upset, and she is trying to get him to tell her who he slept with. Was it the assistant? He was like, no. She's like assistant to me. That's no. Well, is it the realtor? No, it's not the realtor. Well, tell me who it is. And he was like, I'm not going to do it. He said, that's the past. Are we going to move forward? Are you going to dwell in the past, or are we going to move forward? Like, I don't feel like it's necessary for me to tell you who it was that I slept with, okay? Just accept my apology and move forward. Then he made a comment that I didn't really appreciate. Tell my son, are you going... Well, this whole conversation I didn't appreciate from Rodney, honestly. Well, are you going to move forward with me, or are you going to stay with your broke friends? What kind of shit is that, Rodney? That was real disrespectful. Like, again, I felt like in this conversation, I felt like you were really aggravating her and picking the fight so you could break up with her or she would break up with you because you was really over it, because you were just really, really antagonistic, and you couldn't possibly think that the things that you were saying to her and the way that you were talking to her was going to end any way other than the way it ended. Then she starts talking about, Rodney, it's not about money. It's not about money. Money can't buy you love. Money can't buy you happiness. He was like, if money couldn't buy you love, you wouldn't be sitting here right now. Her eyes got big as hell. I said, now you done already threw a drink in his face. That deserved a double drink. Like, girl, what? If money couldn't buy you love, you wouldn't be here right now. So basically, you insinuating that you feel like the only reason why I'm here is because of your money. That's what I'm getting from this. That the only reason why I'm here is because you got money. And basically, her response was the same. She got upset. She threw the ring in his face and told him, it's over, it's a wrap, I'm done. I'd rather be broke and happy than with you on this bullshit. And of course, Rodney felt the same way. He picked up his ring. He found it in the grass. He picked up his ring. Talking about something, he getting on the plane to D.C. tomorrow, and he done with it. That he need a woman with class, and she do too much. Bree and Bill. Girl, y'all know I love y'all, but I'm over this. Bree decides that she's going to babysit her niece and nephew, bring them over to the house to try to get Bill in the baby mood. Hopefully he'll have baby fever. Now, Bill's thing is, listen, I think he's got 5 kids. I didn't know he had that many children. But he's got 5 kids, and he's a grandfather. He was like, I know how to take care of kids. I've been there and I've done that. And he was like, I'm just not interested. I just don't want children. I don't want to start over. I don't. And, the kids came over, and of course, there was the shenanigans with the children. He was like, are they potty trained? Yeah, they're potty trained. Okay, well, is it this? Is it that? And the kids are cute and all that good stuff. The kids were cute and stuff. But ultimately, he said what I was saying, is that he loves Bree, and Bree makes him happy, but he doesn't know if he can make Bree happy. And at this point, it would hurt him, but he may have to step aside because she wants kids and she wants marriage and she wants all these things that he doesn't know if he wants and that he can give her. And so, ultimately, he may have to step aside and allow Bree to find a man that's going to give her those things. And, listen, it's 40 years between y'all. Like, Kevin and, what's his girlfriend's name? I don't forgot the baby's name. I'll get it. But she moved out. She got her own apartment. After he gave her the little 2 week ultimatum, and we see her father. We see her meeting up with her father, Kevin and Katie. I knew it was a K. I couldn't think of it. They met up with Katie, and she's talking to her dad, and her dad, she's telling her dad what happened and the whole situation, and her dad told her, he said, "Listen, I'm not impressed with his money. Like, I'm not impressed by Kevin. I'm not impressed by anything Kevin has. And at the end of the day, I didn't raise you to be nobody's doormat. I love you. You deserve a man that's going to love you the way you love him. And if he ain't it, then you got to do what you got to do." And they brought up her mom, and, she said, "Sometimes I think about mom and what would she say?" And he said, "Your mother will basically, tell you, be happy. Like you deserve to be treated better. You deserve to be treated well." Later on in the episode, she's in her new apartment and Kevin comes by. Kevin is such an ass. He immediately starts talking about her apartment and her furniture. "Oh, you got a blow up mattress. Oh, you don't have this. Oh, you don't have that." And she was like, "Well, I mean, all of my furniture isn't here yet from Arizona or wherever they were, San Diego. They were in San Diego. All of my furniture ain't here yet from San Diego. And, you didn't give me time. You gave me a 2 week ultimatum. So this is the best I could do in the time limit that you gave me. I'm sorry. Oh, Pooh Bear. Oh." And she finally, I think Katie is finally getting it, y'all, because she was giving him no smoke, okay? She was getting dressed. She was doing her makeup, doing her hair. She was paying him no attention. And he was like, "Can you talk to me?" She was like, "Nope, I got to be at work." I mean, you don't even have time to talk. "Nope, I got to be at work. They frown upon me being late." I mean, you don't even have time to cuddle for a little while. "Nope, I ain't got time to do none of that. Nope, I ain't got time." And she comes out in this bikini, honey. He was like, "What? Where you going?" She was like, "This how I dress for work." No, she said, "Well, you can always come to work." I mean, I just don't think spending $2,000 on a bottle service is a good use of my money. I mean, you could go support your girlfriend though, right? Because you're a millionaire. You could go support your girlfriend, drop $2,000 on the table, help her out, give her a nice tip. I mean, you could do that. He was like, and she was like, "What, is this a problem for you? I mean, you gotta," and he was like, "I mean, you don't have a shawl or nothing. I mean, you just walking around like that." And then he proceeds to want to start talking about the type of job that she has. And she was like, "Listen, you told me to go get a job. I got a job. You told me to move out. I moved out. Now I ain't do that right. I ain't get a job right. I ain't move out right. No matter what I do, you just seem to be insistent on having a problem with it." And baby, she sent him on his merry little way. She was like, "Well, I really got to go to work. I got to go. I got to go. I got to go." I said, "That's right, Katie. I got your back, girl." Listen, when a woman's fed up, honey, when a woman is fed up. So then we have Don and what's the baby's name? Why I can't remember, because there's D&D too. It's like Donnie and Donnie and it's not, what's her Dot? Anyway, I'm gonna get it. Y'all know I'm gonna get the child name. We see her talking to her mom, and she's talking to her mom about the prenup. And, her mother was like, "Well, I just don't want to see her fall into the same situation with me when me and her dad, broke up. Daddy, that's it. I just don't want to see her just not end up with anything. She's got to protect herself." And, and she was like, "Well, how much is he worth?" She was like, "Well, I don't know his money. I don't know his finances." She was like, "Well, you just need to make sure that you are protecting yourself. You need to make sure that you're putting yourself, in the best situation." And my thing is, Danny, you did the right thing. You went and talked to a lawyer. Let a lawyer, like I keep saying it, y'all drew up the prenup together. At the end of the day, the person with the money always going to have the advantage. That's in anything. But you definitely want to make sure that there's at least a road to you not walking away empty-handed. That's just what it is. Later on in the episode, Donnie ends up having game night with his boys. And he tells his friends about the prenup conversation and how it didn't go so well. And I feel like a couple of his friends, him and Danny, are friends. They're also friends with Danny. And one of the ones he said was he's known Danny longer than I have. They knew each other in high school before me and her met in high school. So they've known each other longer than I've known her. And ultimately, I feel like Danny talked to him because he told Donnie, he was like, "Listen, nobody's gonna be mad at you for wanting to protect yourself and protect your assets. But ultimately, it's the way you say stuff. It's the way you say things that can change or make people feel however they're going to feel about it. Like, it's just the way you say it. And so he was like, yeah, you're right. Like, I still want to get the prenup. I still need the prenup, but you're right. I could have said it in a way that didn't make her feel bad or make her feel any kind of way about it. So there was that. Last but not least, we have Erica and Rick. Now, we know that Erica's daddy did not come to the rehearsal for the wedding, so they are now at the rehearsal dinner. Erica is really upset by the fact that her dad didn't show up, you know, but Eric's son showed up with his girlfriend, and Eric's son even said in the confessional, like, listen, my dad likes younger women. She ain't the first one, you know, that he's messed with. You know, he said, I don't know how her family is okay with this, because I don't know if I'd be okay with it. Like, this is really a lot, and I don't know if I would necessarily be okay with it, you know. So the son sounds like he kind of feels some kind of way about the situation, but that's his dad, and he loves his dad, and it is what it is. I guess he figured my trust fund is secure. He can do whatever the hell he want to do with the rest of his money. And then Erica's dad does end up showing up to the rehearsal dinner. And, you know, Rick was like, where were you? Why didn't you come? He was like, I wasn't there. Rick was like, we know. But why didn't you come? And he said, because I'm just not okay with this whole situation. And I feel like if I had come to the rehearsal, then that would have sent a message that I was okay with it. And I'm not. And, you know, and then he starts looking around the table. He was like, is anybody okay with this? Like, is everybody okay with this but me? And, you know, her mother was like, listen, I'm not okay with this either, but it's her decision. She's grown. I love her. It's going to be what it's going to be. Then, of course, Rick's best friend, he chimes in. He's like, well, I'm not cool with it either, because I just feel like she's marrying him for his money. Now, sir, you got to be a bold individual to sit at a table full of her family and friends and say, I think she a gold digger. So her best friend spoke up and was like, hold up, player. Yes, the money makes life easier, but that is not why she married him or wants to marry him. And then her dad spoke up and said, hold up now, I might not be on board with this wedding, but what you're not going to do is sit here and call my baby no gold digger. Now, that's what we're not going to do. You're not going to sit here and call my daughter no gold digger, okay? And then the grandmother, and then Erica got to cussing the man out. And I was like, did you forget your grandmother's at the table with y'all? Like, I just don't talk like that in front of my grandmother. Like, did you forget your grandmother? Like, she was like, fuck you. And then the grandmother was like, hold up, stop. Stop. She said, listen, I'm not okay with this either. But it's Erica's life, and I trust her. And I'm going to be here. And yes, it may not last. Fine. But it's her decision to make, and it's going to be whatever it's going to be. So, baby, I don't know what's going to happen with this whole wedding thing, honey, but that's what went down to the rehearsal dinner. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in these comments. Peace.